Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. My name is Lisa. I have two channels. I'm going to be filming a haul here in the next few seconds, but I could not wait to sit down and film my reflection on an episode I'm watching, Love is Blind UK. And you know, I'm kind of bored of all the couples. I'm fast forwarding most of them. I'm really only here for Megan. Like, she's the hottest thing and I'm just obsessed with her and her cute little relationship with her boo. But she won the man that was interested in Sophie initially. And watching Sophie is watching my old self. I used to be very much like Sophie. Have you ever been the girl who pushes away like the really healthy, safe, boring man because he doesn't trigger any feelings within you, so you feel like it's not a match? And then, or maybe you feel like he is really safe and could be potentially a healthy and healed relationship, but subconsciously you're scared of that because you know that you may not be able to handle that, and that be maybe overwhelming because you're not as safe as you're pretending to be. So you self-sabotage and you push him away. Sis, let me tell ya, decades of doing this with dating. Because on the surface, Sophie comes across as hot, sexy, she can pull. Most guys, she even makes comments about it, like, oh, you know, like, I just look a certain way, like, I've never been like rejected. Like, I'm pretty sure she's been rejected emotionally or she wouldn't be behaving like this. She's very dramatic, and when a woman is behaving in a very dramatic way, it's a very self-protective way. The drama that she holds is insecurity disguised as confidence. Like, that's her personality, and that was me, so like I can speak on that for sure. That's why I'm in episode, I think 5 or 6. That's why when she walks into the bar and Megan is with the guy that she wanted and she sees his energy, she's like, he's not my type. And then she goes and flirts with like the player, narcissistic, like borderline, excuse me, not borderline, bad boy, because the Kieran, I think his name is safe. Is not paying attention to her, he's paying attention to Megan. He's not triggering or chasing or like acting arrogant, because she's really drawn, Sophie's really drawn to BDE, big dick energy, because that confidence that that man has is something that she lacks, kind of. I mean, she's performing like she has it, she's acting like she has it. And she does have a level of confidence, but inside, emotionally, she's very insecure, and that's why she chooses to go up to a man who's engaged and talk about her V hanging out and be flirtatious and not respectful to the other woman's man, like flirting back, and then going into this photo booth situation with him. So my girlfriend was like, this guy's gonna get dragged on the reunion. What you don't understand is, for a player like him, because in the first episode he was very clear, stating kind of this was a game and that he was making jokes like he was a player. For a player like him, if he's able to manipulate and pull the wool over a woman's eyes, it's a game to him. It's like a power move to him. It feeds his ego. So the fact that he was able to manipulate the girl to leave the other guy, and now he's playing like, oh, I don't know what she said that like caused that, and that's sketchy. Like, he's calling out her unhealthy behaviors, so that he has the receipts, so that he can show future girls that like, hey, I was uncomfortable that she behaved like that, even though he talked her into doing it in the pods. Like, he manipulated her in a way that got her to break up with the other guy, and could sense that he could be, you know, like powerful and take over that situation. And then because it was so easy for him to do, he doesn't respect her, so he's not treating her nicely, because again, he's not a great guy, he's a player. And that is why Sophie's so interested in him, because he has this like power to him, this confidence in him, this ego in him that like fuels her insecurity and is like attractive to her. So even though it's not healthy for her to flirt with him and want him, the lust chase of it reaffirms the pattern and behavior that she's had in past relationships, and or I think it was like a father figure situation that caused her to be this way. She has been nailed on a chalkboard to me the entire time, because again, she's me. She's old Lisa. She's showing up. That's how I used to date, y'all. Yes, you're looking at a version of me today. You've been listening for years to a version of me right now, but if you go watch the UK Love is Blind and you see Sophie in the pods, that like me, that was me years ago before I started this healing journey. And that guy at the bar that's engaged that she's flirting with, that was my vibe, and like who my V say. Like I spoke in such a way that was disrespectful because I just wanted to say it before someone else did, because I just had such a low opinion of myself. And if you were to ask her, she would tell you, and she would like yell at you that she's so confident, she's so hot, and she's so fierce and whatever. But when she's at home in her bed, she's crying, right? She's never going to admit that to you. But deep down in her heart, she does want to get married. She would have not signed up for that show. She would have not hesitated in the pods. She would have not pouted in the room when Megan got the gift of the like whatever he gave her with his aftershave. Like, she would have not behaved that way if she genuinely did not want a love marriage. So I want you to really observe her character and really take in what part of her personality you might be displaying, because what she's doing, I think, is something that a lot of women can do, especially when they have PTSD from a relationship that loses their trust, whether it's a parent or a partner. She's rejecting the healthy love and she's chasing the toxic love. And it's a loop that once you're in it, sis, it's like near impossible to break free until you do work, until you make changes. And for me, my number one recommendation for you to fix this loop is to work on your self-love. It's to abstain and not have sexual relationships with men that are not your committed partner who says, I love you. It's to I would take a year of dating yourself, not being on apps, not going for coffees or drinks with other guys, literally spending a year. I know that's a long time. I'm 42, trust. I feel sometimes like I'm running out of time too. Take a year and just date yourself. Take yourself to dinner by yourself. Take yourself to the movie you want to see on a Friday night, instead of like having FOMO and like going to a bar with a friend and like trying to find someone to fill your space, someone to fill your heart. Fill your own dang heart first, sis. Like, I don't know, have a self-care day or do something healthy and healed for yourself. If you can commit to doing that, I'm sure a year sounds a lot. Let's start with 6 months, at least 4 months. For me, the turning point was 4 months. I had to not connect with male, I had to cut that off for 4 months to be like, oh, I feel different. And I want to guess that the feeling so different was that I wasn't allowing toxic men energy into my space. I mentioned this in the other videos. When you allow a man to have access to you in a sexy way, they're entering you. They're putting their energy inside of you. So you are taking on their energy. And I'm sure you've heard the theory that like we have a vibration to us and like we have an aura. And when you stand within 6 feet of someone else, you take their energy and their aura. Like, it's not something that you can like She-Ra, like protect yourself from. It just comes at you. And so you are the product of the 5 people that you hang out with. And so that's why if your friends are victim narrative and negative and complaining and in the drama, listen, I'm Googling a lot right now about dating younger men, because a lot of younger men are coming through me right now. But I have found that men in their late 20s, early 30s don't have jaded, toxic baggage from being heartbroken by a woman. And they're way more vulnerable and open and kind and gentlemanly. And I was like fascinated why so many younger men are coming for me. Like, is it just because I'm in an age range and like this has always been happening, or if this is a time, like a changing of the times? And what I've been doing with the research is discovering that a lot of men in their late 20s, early 30s don't want to be with women that are like dark and like me. And I think a lot of women are haters and just like complaining and angry, like so angry because they have unresolved healing ish that's going on, and men don't want to date them. And so they're dating older, more mature, more healed, more experienced women, because we're just so much more grounded and not like we're like, no, this is what I like. And if you don't want to give me this, I'm going to go. And it's just a much more calm, grounded, like intentional statement. And men don't want to think. They don't want to like try to strategize how to like go on a date with you and get you to not complain and like whatever. Like this is like 4 videos in one right now. I'm rambling. I just wanted to talk about Sophie and about how I saw myself in her, and maybe potentially you see yourself in her, and like maybe just kind of watching the episode clips that she's in and just kind of seeing and reflecting on like what parts of her you may have within you, and seeing how this like beautiful hearted man was opening up to her and wanting so bad for her to be vulnerable, and just watching her blow it up. in like a multitude of ways. And it's heartbreaking because like I do see myself in her, and like I want to like hold her hand and be like, sis, come on, like I know you don't want this anymore, but she has to want the change for herself, and nobody can save her or fix her. And that's what I want you to have as the aha moment. Like I want you to realize that like you are in your own way and you are stopping yourself, and I want you to stop it, and I want you to make a change, and I want you to like ground into yourself, date yourself, abstain for 6 months, you know, strengthen your relationship to yourself, become your number one cheerleader, fall in love with yourself. It's not egotistical or narcissistic for you to say, I love myself. I literally want you to look yourself in the mirror. It was so uncomfortable when I did it on New Year's 2021, I think it was. I want you to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, and kiss the mirror. I know it sounds so bizarre that I want you to do that, but why is it bizarre? You're gonna go kiss a man that you barely know from the bar, but you're not gonna kiss yourself? Make that make sense. Listen to that. Think about that again. You're going to let some stranger who you know nothing about, who's handsome and bought you maybe a drink and gave you a compliment, a kiss, make out. You may even have with him, you know, but you're not willing and able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, and kiss the mirror. I just wanted to pop out and talk about that for a second. I'm gonna go film a haul. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like, you can join my other channel as well. It's at Lisa Petrick. And yeah, I'm really proud of you for taking the time to watch this video, because it means that you want to make a change. It means you want to make a shift. You just maybe are overwhelmed and not sure where to start and where to go with it. But I believe in you, and every day and every way you're getting better if you keep practicing and studying and learning and dissecting. And just please try 6 months. No dating apps, no dates, no boys. Date yourself. Love the fuck out of yourself. Tell yourself I love you every morning. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, I love you. Okay, I love you, my friend. Thanks you so much for watching. Bye for now.